What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. I'm Kawn, and today I have a video that I want to show you guys because I've gotten a lot of requests for this one. People have asked me since my Market Monday videos are now level 20 flea market, how do you make money without having the flea market unlocked? So I've got to show you guys a bunch of items and things that I usually sell before I hit the flea market to traders that will make you the most amount of money without being level 20. As always, I stream on Twitch. All my links are down below, and I have a giveaway going on. When I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm giving away an EOD account to one of you guys for free. So if you want to enter that, go ahead and look down below with all the details, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. So guys, we're in my stash, and I have a bunch of items that I've compiled for you guys to show you guys what I sell to the traders, what traders I sell it to, so that you guys can make some money without being level 20, and it'll also help you clear up some of that stash space that I know gets super full when you're on your way to level 20. So a little disclaimer, some of this stuff you will need for task items. So if you guys are trying to go for Kappa, make sure you set down like a little area at the bottom of your stash. I put it at the bottom, but anywhere in your stash where you can keep things safe, and keep those streamer items there so that you don't sell them. So as you can see, I have all my streamer items in this pillbox bag, and then my plague mask and my rooster. So every time I find something that is like this, it goes to the top of my stash and I know that I can sell it. Other things like keys and stuff, make sure you have some of these keys so that you're not selling keys that you might need in the future. Another little disclaimer as well, like teapots, vases, and some of the trophy items like the golden loot spawns, you do need these for a ragman quest. So make sure you know what you need and save those up, and don't sell those, and sell the ones that aren't found in raid, stuff like that. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So basically, what I usually focus on selling is things like everything that I have here. So teapots sell really good. I'm gonna go through and show you guys me selling them. So teapots, 29k. Even on the flea market, they only sell for around their value that it goes to therapists. So any golden loot spawn, teapot, vase, clocks, cats, I would recommend saving lions, because that's like the one that you definitely want to keep for the flea, because it goes for like 400k as opposed to 170 to therapist. You definitely want to save lions. But teapots you can definitely just sell to therapists, 29k right there. Cats as well, 29k right there. Antique vases, wooden clocks. Remember that you do need the vases and the cats and the teapots for a future quest, so if you do have some, save them up, but if you get extra, then go ahead and sell them. But all of these items, all these like golden loot spawn items, sell really, really well just to traders, and they also take up a lot of space. Like the vase, the clock, they're 4-slot items, so you want to be selling those because it's just going to give you way more space in your stash and also make you money without being at the flea. So cyclone batteries as well sell really good, as well as some of the other like military loot. So like military cables, 25k right there, those sell really well. And things like MCB, military control boards, and filters, those also sell really good to therapists. I didn't have any here to like give you guys a demonstration, but those types of items sell really well. Keys as well. So if you guys have a bunch of keys that you don't need, so like dorm room 114, dorm room 104, those are both safe room keys for dorms on customs, but I already have those keys, so I don't need those keys. I can easily just sell those to therapists. So any keys that you don't have, sell those to therapists, because keys will give you a decent amount of money, especially like the checkpoint key is worth around 60k. So keys, sell keys. Obviously keep marked room keys, and definitely I would recommend going on the wiki and searching the key before you sell it. If you're not familiar with what key goes where, you can always look on the wiki and find out what key are for, and then if you don't need that key for like a future item, or you don't think it's worth it for you, or you never play that map, go ahead and sell that to therapists. Streamer items sell for a lot too. That's why I told you guys, make sure that you're keeping your streamer items for Kappa if you are planning on going to Kappa. I know a lot of people that aren't even bothering with Kappa since it's level 71 locked right now. So if you guys have all your Kappa items, like I keep my Kappa items, but then you find extra ones, things like Summit's Golden 1G phone, that's 28k guaranteed to Therapist. No matter whether you live or die, you can always throw that in your Gamma, and then once you guys get out of raid with it or you die or whatever, 28k to Therapist right there. Also, like Rat Cola, General Sam's Rat Cola, 15k for a 1-slot item. Good to sell. Now, I run a lot of interchange. If you guys come to my stream, you guys will know that I play a lot of interchange. It's one of my favorite maps, and there's lots of good tech on interchange. So some of the tech items that you can sell are GPXs. G phones also sell well, but a GPX sells for 20k, and then like Nixors and magnets also sell for around 15k as well, and that's just the Therapist. So you're gonna be making money right there. Now, healing med items. We're going to start off with things that sell to Therapist, by the way, and then we'll go over to Mechanic and then Ragman. So, healing items. I always sell morphines to Therapist, and I always sell adrenaline to Therapist. I also sell things like Zagustin. Basically, the only stims that I keep personally for the Flea or to just use is ETG C stims, which is the green stim, SJ6s, which is the blue stim, which is the stamina stim, Propital, because I use that as a painkiller. Like, I use that in raid a lot, so I keep those. They also don't sell that great on the flea market right now, but I keep, oh, they're right here actually. So I keep Propitals. I sell the SJ1s to Therapists. I keep SJ6s. I sell Zagustins to Therapist. I keep ETGs. I sell Adrenalines, and I keep Mules. So basically, Mule, Propital, Green Stem, and SJ6, those are the 4 that I keep. Everything else I just sell to Therapist. So a little bit of money there. I also sell IFAKs to Therapist and any sort of healing item that I'm not going to use. You can buy IFAKs, and Flea was pretty cheap on the flea market, as well as just buying them from Therapist. So I typically sell IFAKs because I don't use them. It's around 10k for a full IFAK, so I'll just sell that, especially if I get like a bunch of them from labs or anything like that. If you're really, really low and you're struggling for money, I wouldn't recommend selling heals, just because you're going to be spending a lot of money on heals as a low level. So I'd recommend keeping and holding on to some of like the full health heals. So you might not want to sell this IFAK, for instance. But if you're not that bad off for money and you're having a fine time finding heals around the map, go ahead and sell some of those heals. Now, another thing, dog tags. I understand that a lot of people like to save up their dog tags for the items case barter or for another lucky scav, but if you guys already have some cases and you're comfortable, you can always sell your dog tags for a little bit of money and a little bit of space. So I usually just fill up a full dog tag case and then either do a barter or I do a trade, depending on how close I am. But remember that lower level dog tags will make you less money and higher level dog tags will make you more money. So as you can see, a level 4 dog tag right here only gives me 1k, whereas a level 47 gives me 17,000. So dog tags are a good way to make money if you don't have access to the flea market and you need a little bit of extra cash. So that's basically it for Therapist. You can also sell things like cases, but they're not really that profitable. So like if you find an ammo case and you have a couple ammo cases from quests or whatever, you can sell ammo cases to Therapists. You can also sell them to Ragman. Same goes for like magazine cases, and they're usually not that far off from what it sells for on the flea market. But make sure to check with like a flea market bot or something like that, so that you know you're not losing a ton of money when you do that. So let's go over to Mechanic. Now I'm sure we all know selling guns will make you some profit when you aren't at the flea market yet. So this RBK, I'm never going to use it. If you don't use specific guns, I typically shy away from like 5.45 AKs, and even RPKs I'll run sometimes, but this particular one I'm not going to be running, so I'm going to sell it. It sells for 47k. You can also sell like scav weapons and stuff like that, but if the durability is too low, you have to sell it to fence. So I'm going to sell this RBK to Mechanic, 47k right there. Also, think about attachments that you, as you get more comfortable with Tarkov, you're going to realize the attachments that you like to use and the attachments that you don't like to use, and what's your personal preference. So some people might get mad at me for selling this PK06, but I'm going to sell the PK06. I don't like the PK06 anymore after the update, so I'm going to sell that. So always take, when you're looting players or you're looting scavs, even if that scav has a gun that you can't fix or can't fit, make sure you take like the flashlight off of it. You can also take like spruts off of the gun and then fill that up with 3 flashlights per sprut, and then once you get out, those spruts with 3 flashlights on it are worth about 30 or 40k, and it's only 1 slot. So attachments, make sure to load up on attachments and sell the ones that you don't typically use in raid. So I'm going to sell these, and now we're going to head over to Ragman. Now, with some of the Ragman stuff, helmets, if you guys don't specifically like certain types of helmets, so this all just comes with personal preference. Some people like ULACs, some people don't like ULACs. Some people like this SSH diaper helmet, some people don't like it. So I personally will never ever use this dog shit helmet. So I'm going to sell it. It sells for 46k to Ragman at full durability. I also don't, for instance, this ACHHC, it doesn't have ear protection. I never use helmets that don't have ear protection, so that's just a personal rule of mine. So if I found one of these ACHHCs in raid, I would definitely sell it. Whereas if I found a ULAC, I do use ULACs. If it's high durability, I'll keep it. Stuff like that, and you'll figure that kind of stuff as you go along and progress through your journey in Tarkov. Sword ends I also don't use, so headsets and stuff like that you can always sell if you don't use them, especially like XL headsets and the higher tier headsets. They sell pretty well, like razors, stuff like that. So sword ends I don't use. 14k, I'm just going to sell that. Now OpScore fast side armor, I don't use this because it doesn't allow me to use a headset while I have it on my helmet, so I'm going to sell that as well. So Ragman, you want to be selling things like rigs, armor, helmets, things that you don't want to use. If you want to use it, keep it, put it to the side. But if you find something that you don't feel like using, get rid of it. So this I'm going to sell. I also am not a big fan of the ZSH helmet. I could sell this on the flea market, but the ZSH face shield I'm going to sell to Ragman, because it's just something that I don't use and it's something that's taking up space. So basically my rule of thumb is if you guys find like rigs or helmets or anything like that that you don't want to use, just sell it on the fleet or sell it to Ragman, and then all of the other items that I showed you guys sell really, really well to therapists, and that I think is probably the best way that you guys can make money without having the flea and keep your stash clean at the same time. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, links are all down below. If you guys want to come stop by my stream, that'd be super, super dope. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, people.